October 21st. I'm Jen Mirabile, and tonight's call is going to be led by Lyndsey. She is so close to Diamond. I know she's working so hard. I know she also works a full-time job, and she is just the sweetest, most creative coach. I just love following her and watching what she shares. So I'm super excited to hear. She's going to share tonight about, I believe, vision and dream and goals. So I think at this time of the year, that is so appropriate, and I'm super excited to hear, because this is the time that, you guys, we do not want to go to sleep. We do not want to be those coaches that just say, you know what, I'm going to chill, I'm going to let my business roll, and then come January 1st, I'll pick back up. Because trust me, I'm going to tell you right now, if you consider doing that, it is a huge mistake. Come January 1, you'll be repumping the well like no other, and it'll be March by the time that things pick back up. So we are all going to take this time and stay committed, our arms locked, be creative, have fun, and just have our why and our dreams and goals like in sight. So she's going to share a little bit about that. So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and turn it over to Lyndsey.
Thank you. Question I'll share with all of you guys.
I don't think I heard you, sorry.
When I have like a PowerPoint or whatever, so do I just click share at the share screen at the bottom? Will that show me at the top still as well?
Yep, sure will. At the bottom, you just hit screen share, and then it'll have you select the screen that you would like to share. So yep.
Okay, cool. I hope you guys can understand me, because I am super sick today, so I sound like I have a clothespin on my nose, but yeah, I'm just really sick. So okay, let me see, share screen. So you guys can see that, right? Yes, okay, cool. All right, so yeah, like she said, I'm talking about visualizing your visions and realizing your goals. And this is just something I'm really passionate about, and myself trying to focus on lately. Just really trying to zone in on why I'm doing this very specifically, because like she said, I do work a full-time job as well, and so I need that constant reminder of why I'm specifically doing this, and like we all do. So I love this quote: if you want goals that motivate you, you must have a vision for your future. So like this is like the absolute must of this whole call. So there's days where you get unmotivated and you don't want to do your vital behaviors. So if you want your goals to motivate you, your first step is to find out what your visions are. And you need clarity in your visions to find clarity in your goals. So you start with your visions, okay? Oops. My slides got out of order. Hang on one second. Okay, so it's fine. Whatever. Okay, here it is. If I put you in a car and told you to drive to California, but took away your GPS, your road signs, and a map, do you think you could make it to California? And you probably could not, okay? You would get lost on random roads where you thought you were in the right direction, but you weren't. You were absolutely lost, probably going in the opposite direction. So the same thing with our vision, like California would be our vision. Your visions need to be crystal clear. Your path there needs to be crystal clear from the beginning. It might change. You might find a few detours on the way, but as long as you have your eyes set on the end goal, that is what's most important. So you need clarity in your visions to find clarity in your goals. So like I said, it starts with your visions. So can you taste, see, feel, and hear your visions? This is like how specific and down to the key that they need to be. Like, for example, can you taste the salty beach air that you'll be lounging on with your family once you've hit your goals in your business? Stress-free, getting away and just relaxing. Can you see the look on your face, on the person's face that you've majorly blessed without hesitation? not having to worry that it's going to put your family under. You could just bless them without even thinking, and without limit. Can you feel the warmth of the fireplace you're cuddled up in front of in your dream house? I know that's something I really try to envision. It's really big for me, is to have our own home, a dream home. That's really important to me. And can you hear the squeal of your kids when you tell them that mommy gets to stay home every day now? And again, this is a huge dream of mine as well. So you really have to envision it for yourself down to the senses. You need to be able to see and hear and feel these things, because it's going to connect to your emotions. And those days that you don't want to continue, when you just feel those things, it's going to push you forward. So once you have your visions, laid out, and you've decided what it is, you need to tell the entire world, okay, with pride, okay? So for example, this is a very small version of my dream board, but I'm trying harder to incorporate some of these in my posts. And especially in real life, I've been trying to talk about them more too. Just telling people where I'm going, and they look at me like I'm nutso, but I don't care anymore. Pretty much I'm at the point where I don't care. But yeah, just tell them where you're going, and people are so attracted to that. When you share your visions, it holds you accountable, okay? When you tell people, I want to be a 6-figure earner, a 7-figure earner, whatever, they look at you like you're nuts, but in the back of your head, you're always going to remember that you've told a bunch of people, and that's going to hold you accountable. And while they might first think you're crazy, it's also going to inspire them. And it also will attract and inspire people that are like you, that have similar visions and similar goals. And that's what we want. We want people that are fairly similar to us, because that's who we can connect with. So tell people where you're going and invite them along. That's super important. And again, I'm working on that as well, doing more of that. Once you have your visions clarified, once you know exactly where you want to be, ask yourself this question: are my goals goals, or are they just vague wishes? And I think this was hit the nail on the head for me when I realized this. You may think that you have goals, but you actually have zero. If they're in your head and they're not specific, they're just kind of vague, then they are actually just vague wishes. So here's examples of vague wishes. I'd love to hit diamond. How cool would it be if I could stay home? I want to be a top coach. A nice house would be nice. I want to make enough money to have freedom. I want to lose weight. Those are all great statements, but those aren't goals. Those aren't going to get you anywhere. Those aren't going to motivate you on the days you want to quit. So a goal is only a goal if it has these 5 things. The first one is to be very specific and very clear. And these, here's another thing of telling people my goals, putting them out there and being vulnerable. These are 2 of my goals right here. These are 2 things that I want to do. I want to own my own dream home and have it completely paid off by April 2017. And I want to hit diamond by November 5th. So very specific, time-oriented, and rank-oriented, or whatever. Yeah, they have to be super specific and clear, so that you can't veer from those. You know where you're going. 2 is to be big, compelling, and even very scary. Don't limit yourself. Don't be afraid of your goal. Tell everyone, little goals don't excite us and motivate us when things get rough. Big goals do. And if they're really scaring you, which is something I struggle with, that means you need extra personal development. I know you guys know that. So if you're terrified, then just dive into your personal development, because that's where you're going to get over those fears. So I love this quote: if you don't get chills when you set a goal, you're not setting it big enough. And that's so true. When I really sit down and visualize all the things I was talking about before, I start getting very emotional and crying, because I'm just an emotional person. And I get chills, and it's very big for me, because it is scary, but I know I'm going to be there one day. So it tugs on my heart. 3, it must be written down. This is something I'm really bad about. I just put it in my phone, which sometimes works for some people, but most of the time it needs to be written down. Our brain registers it differently than just like keeping it in your head, like, oh yeah, I'd like to be here. No, it needs to be written down and specific. And you need to review it daily. It keeps it on the top of your mind and helps you keep the big picture in mind on the days that like you get a ton of no's and like everybody's dogging on you or you're exhausted and you just want to quit. If you review where you want to be daily and how to get there, then it's really going to be hard for you to quit because it's just going to be the first thing on your mind. So you're able to push through those a lot easier. And the 5th thing it needs to do is it needs to align with your values and your goals. They have to align with the top 10 things you value most. So if you really look at your goals and you need to make sure they're yours, you need to pick through each one and make sure that it is your goal. And in the end, if you end up with someone else's goal, something that you thought was your goal, but once you really looked at it, it wasn't, it's not going to fulfill you because it doesn't line up with what's important to you. So this is also something that really hit home with me. I had to really look at what I was wanting to do, and by the time I was wanting to do it, and did that align with what I wanted, my day-to-day life to look like. And my family, that's why I have a picture there, is my top valued thing in my life. So if it's replacing them, I have to reevaluate my goals. And you need to ask yourself, how much does my goal cost? And I'm not necessarily talking about money. After you decide what your concrete goals are, when you want to have them done by, you need to decide before you even get started how much they will cost you. Will it cost you less social time with friends, less family time, less TV, less hobbies? I don't watch TV anymore. I watched TV last night for the first time in forever because I was sick and I couldn't even lift my head. But yeah, I don't really watch TV anymore, and that's just something I've for now given up because I want to hit certain goals, and it's just more important to me to do my Beachbody stuff. Decide now that you're okay with giving those things up. Tell yourself now if you are. If you're not, then you need to reevaluate your goals. If it's not something that lines up with your values, then it is not your goal, and you're not going to be okay with giving up those things. So like this quote, you can't pay someone to do your push-ups for you. It's so true with this, because we have to put in the work. We have to put in the sacrifice in order to get the gain later. So there's no getting around that. And then you just need to make a plan. Follow it daily. Keep your eyes on your visions. Adapt and reevaluate if you get lost. And never stop believing in your dreams. They were given to you for a reason. And that's like my motto right now, because I never even, I guess, realized that I had some of the dreams that I have. And as they're coming up and I'm realizing more and more and learning more about myself and where I want to be and what I was made capable of, I'm starting to realize these were not just, they didn't come out of nowhere. These were given to me for a reason, to make a specific impact. And I'm determined to find out what that is and to stick with it and to reach my full fulfillment. So that's all I have.
Awesome, girl. Those slides. I tried screen capturing a bunch, so I'll share some of the team page. I was trying, and I
go too fast.
No, it's okay. It's all good. So you can share them, or I can share the ones that I actually did catch. If you want to stop screen sharing so I can see everybody. And I would love to chat about some of that, specifically the whole make a plan, follow it daily. I love that last part, because I truly think that right now we have such an opportunity. We could set a goal to reach by December 31st, and we can all come together and really work towards that. What you do right now is going to set up your 2016 one way or the other. And it's up to you. And just like Lyndsey said, they're your goals and dreams. So it's not me or whoever your sponsor may be. It's not ours for you. You have to decide. And once you truly decide and write them down and they're very, very clear, then then, when that alarm clock goes off, like for example, me at 5 a.m., then I'm getting up because it's nobody else. I'm chasing my own. It's my own goals and dreams. I know by this time next year, I want to be on that 4 or 5 acres, building that house. I mean, we've all got something. So whatever it may be for you, that's what you've got to think about. It has to be burning. It has to be real. It has to be deep. So one of my takeaways that, you didn't say, but it just brought to my mind was I would love for all of us to create a vision board. And maybe you already have, but, I've done them a couple times within the last 2 years of my business. And I've seen so many of those items on those boards come to life and become real. It's so exciting and so amazing. So think about if you created one from October 2015 to October 2016, and you just put it on your desktop or your phone, and it's just something that you're looking at, whatever it may be, those things for you. And you can do visionboard.me. That's a fun online site where you can just add photos and words. And so you can think about whatever your goals are, if it's financial, if it's rank, if it's family trips, whatever personally it is. So that's a takeaway that I wrote down because I want to create a new one for me. So I would encourage you guys to do the same. I do love how you said when you share your big goals, people might think you're nuts. But I also agree that you're planting the seeds in their mind. So they might be like, oh my gosh, she's crazy. I don't know what she's talking about. I make 6 figures in 1 year. Guess what? You now have their mind stirring on, well, if she's doing that, I know her. If she can do it, I can do it. So you're planting that seed in their mind of however nuts it might be. It's the reality that where you're headed and where they could be headed to. So I love it. So number 1, you said be specific, very clear. Do not set vague random goals. I want to be, I wish to be, I hope to be, I pray to be. No. What do you want by what date? So I'm looking at so many of your faces, and we had talks this week. So I know that by, November or December 1st that you want to be a diamond coach. So let's work together and make that happen. So specific and clear. 2, big, compelling, love it. Written down, always write them. Yes, in your phone is definitely one thing, but also sticky notes. Put them in your bathroom mirror. Put them in your car. When I was in my very first challenge group, you guys, I had quit every program I had ever started. I had never stuck to nothing. I literally told myself I'm a quitter. So here we go. This is something else that I'm pretty much probably going to quit. But I, in that group, was told, write sticky notes and write 3 truths. Like, you think the lie, I'm a quitter, I'm this, I'm that. So think of the truth of the opposite, write them on a sticky note and put them all over your face, all over. So in my car, my friends would get in my car and there would be like a note, I'm not a quitter. I complete everything I start. I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah. It's just like the world I was living in. Like I had to push through, and you know what? I did. And holy crap, I got amazing results, and I pushed through, and here we are. So write them down, speak them to yourself, put them in your bathroom mirror, put them on your refrigerator, open up your refrigerator door. Oh, there it is. You are a diamond coach by December 1st, whatever it may be. Speak it to yourself over and over and over again. I love that. Review daily and align with your values is I think the biggest tip that spoke to me. So I just love that tip, because if it doesn't, it's not going to feel right. It's not going to be right. It's not going to be right for you. It's not going to be right for your family. So it has to align with your values. If you're a believer in Christ and you want to align yourself, your goals, your everything, your pose, you want to do what anybody else does. So I know we're all so different, and we all come from different places, and we're all, you know what I mean? I know that about us. At the same time, you have to speak your truth. So it has to align with your values and what you believe and who you are. So I just absolutely love that tip. So, oh my goodness, thank you so much. That was such a great call. If anybody has questions, or if you guys want to chat or brainstorm, I would absolutely love to hear from everybody. So you guys can unmute and chat and all that. I'd love it.
One thing that I do is I take a dry erase marker and write just a motivational quote on my rearview mirror.
Love it.
You can change it week weekly and just write them everywhere.
Honestly, I think it's huge. I really do think, and here's the deal. We're women, and there's so many things that can get caught in women's way. One of the biggest one is comparison. And we can compare to business goals or business people or physical bodies or financial or whatever it may be. So if we're living our clear, like our goals and our life, yes, write it on your mirror of who you know who you are, who God speaks to you and your beauty and your future. Write it out to yourself. That's the truth. That is truth, because we can get caught in here with negative. I mean, we can all do it. Trust me, I know. So we have to take any negative thoughts truly captive, give them to God. If they're not true, take them captive, like catch yourself. I mean, really, you can start strengthening your own thoughts, your own mind, and catch yourself, give it to God, speak the truth. So that's such a great reminder, Sierra, like putting it on your mirror and bathroom mirror, wherever it may be, just speak that truth to yourself. I love that. What else, you guys? That was a great call. I'm so excited. Amber's unmuted. What you got, girl?
I don't got anything. Sorry, did I unmute? I don't even know how to do that.
Girl.
I will say, though, the more that you say it to yourself, the more it becomes truth, because I'm telling you right now, when I started, anything that anybody said could throw me off track. And now it's like, and Jen knows, we've had hard conversations and things happen, and I'm just like, sorry, like I'm going, this is where I'm going, and I don't care what happens on the side. Like, just the more you tell yourself you can do it and you know where you're headed, nothing will get in your way. Not anybody thinking you're crazy, not anything. Nothing will get in your way. You'll believe that a low is only temporary, that this business has so many highs and lows. I mean, you can be on the top of the mountain one day and down in the trenches the next day. And the more that you speak that to yourself and you just believe where you're going and you believe in your vision and you look at it every day, those lows just don't matter anymore, because you know where you're headed at the end and you don't care what it takes to get there. So
that's right.
That's all I got.
No, I love it. I absolutely love it. Pinterest, I'm constantly on there pinning positive, motivating quotes. Yep. And saving to your phone. I'm also pinning dream boards for a future home. I love that, Lyndsey, that you're doing that. And I mean, a great idea. I mean, my husband is like, he's not a life coach, but I swear to goodness, he could be. Like, he says things like on Pinterest where I see quotes and I'm like, but I feel like I'm speaking in quotes. So I can't like talk like that. He literally thinks like that. Just tonight he was talking about like impossible thing. I don't know, whatever. He like, so yes, Pinterest is loaded with amazing ideas, as well as your dream home, whatever they may be. So getting them clear. And just like Amber said, yeah, when you have that clear vision and you're aligned with what the Lord's called you to do, you're aligned with where you're going, guess what? No matter who you are, where you are, things are going to trip us up. That's life. So whatever it might be, I don't know what it might be. I have a crazy ass family, and I'm telling you, they're crazy. Just use it as your platform. Just use it and just share, like, you know what? This is life, and this is where I'm headed. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm also experiencing. It just makes you all the more real. So we've all got something. Nobody's got a perfect life. There's no such thing. So use whatever it may be as your platform to just share and just relate as you're on your journey. What else? Give it to me. Somebody. I always feel like we've got to have like questions lined up, but I love seeing you guys looking at me. Shannon, what you got? Did you guys have a good date night?
Oh, yeah, we did. Thanks. Yeah. But no, I was just going to say, I love this call because I've been listening to Dave Ramsey's Entree Leadership, and he was just talking about goals and dreams and the difference between the two. And I think, you know, you hit it on the head here with these slides, and I'm really excited to share them with my team members who couldn't be on the call. I definitely took a lot of notes, and I was already like writing my goals out so I could start posting them around the house, because, you know, I'll put them on my phone, but when you said, you know, you have to write them, like physically write them in pen and paper, I was like, oh, you're right. I need to do that, because, you know, I was talking to Jen earlier this week, and it's like, I'm sick of setting goals and not hitting them. And so I'm doing a mind shift, and I need to try different strategies. So that's definitely what I'm going to use.
Amen.
I forget where I saw that, but there's something like scientific about when you actually write something out in your handwriting. It registers different in your brain. When you said that, I don't know where that came from, but I saw that.
It does actually. Your brain processes it differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Than just like typed in your phone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too, but I can't remember from where, but it is true.
Awesome. Another thing is too, when you really dive into your business, dive into all of this is when you really fall in love with it. So if you're sitting on the fringes and just like, kind of feeling ho-hum or feeling like, I don't know, or exhausted, or I don't know, whatever you could be or might be feeling, maybe it's because you don't have that clear vision or those clear goals that you personally did not think through and write down. Your own, nobody else's, your own, and what a diamond, organization would be like for you. And every single one of you, if you're not there yet, is absolutely capable of that and so much more. I already know that. So I'll just definitely tell you that and speak that over you right now, that you're capable, and that's definitely for you. So just, you have to have that clarity for you and for yourself. So I will encourage you to, if you haven't already, get off the call and think about your own self and set that date, because I'll just tell you, this time we're in right now. We're in. Oops. Can you guys hear me? Oh gosh.
I think Amber's echoing.
Oh, sorry.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to say, what we do right now, committing to a workout program, you guys, that's huge, just because it's honestly, there's so many levels of why that's huge, but it's because it's what we do. So these programs are amazing and put together for a reason, and they're life-changing. So you commit to it for yourself and get amazing results, but through that you become inspired, you become excited, you start to see the bigger picture. So I don't know, can I see like a raise of hands of who listened to the wake up call this week? Yeah. I mean, if you haven't yet, no big deal. They're always recorded, and I miss them half the time on Mondays because it's one of my big homeschooling days. So it's hard for me to get to the computer. But I mean, it's a simple, basic truth about finding a program, whether it's the 21-day fix or something to do with, I would suggest Autumn or Sagi, because the hammer and chisel is coming out. So you want to prepare yourself that when that comes out, you're already working with those trainers. You're already sharing about those trainers. So your customers are so excited to jump right in. So, commit to one of those programs, commit to the basics. Hold on, I get so sidetracked. Those stories. Yes. I know. The wake-up calls are literally like the top coaches sharing their tips. So if you can't get on Mondays at 11, that is no big deal, but get on during the week. You don't want to miss those calls. But let's take this opportunity from now until January 1st and commit to some programs, commit to the basics. There's a group of us that are working together, and I know so many of you guys are doing, a push too, but me and some of us are doing the basics, the 3 vitals. We are not overcomplicating here. And just through that consistency and the 3 vitals, I have no doubt that every one of the girls that are in the group are going to reach the exact goals that they have set out for them. So anyway, let me see. Anybody else have anything to add? Thank you so much, Lyndsey. That was so great. I have some of the slides that I was snap fast as I just couldn't catch it. But you can share them in the team page if you'd like, or I could too.
I'll share them.
Thank you so much. There was so much thought and work put into that call, so I so appreciate that. Oh,
absolutely.
Oh, there you guys are. Let me snap a picture really fast. I've been forgetting on the last few calls. I do not know why, because I love doing that, but somehow it's escaped me. Let me get a picture of all your pretty faces, me and my wet hair. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Anybody have anything to add? Thank you so much, Lyndsey. I so appreciate it. We have 5 minutes. If anybody has anything to share, I would love it.
I can honestly say that yesterday, after I shared that video saying, after I had that call with you, I shared how I was just kind of stuck and lost and needed to kind of push myself forward. I got a ton of messages from people just saying that they were interested in starting something, and one actually led to buying a challenge pack. So it just came out of nowhere, and I honestly don't even know who she is, but yeah, just opening up and being real, and sharing that, because we are all human, it just really helps in the long run. So open up, be real. And it was a video post, so share those videos.
Oh, I know, girl. I saw it. You went right to it. I said to my husband, we just got off the call and talked about these things, and that she is going for it. So I love it. There's nothing better than that. Feeling it and just going for it. So yay, I'm so happy to hear. And sometimes we are our own biggest problems, right? Our head, our minds. Oh, geez. We can just get in our own way. So we kind of just have to get out of our own way and put one foot in front of the other. So, I love hearing that. That's awesome.
And I'm going to be that annoying Beachbody coach through the winter that I'm going to post more than ever about my workouts and all that stuff. I do not care. I'm literally I've already decided. I used to do one Beachbody thing a day and then try to do family and then try to do food or something different. So I'm not I don't care. Every single day you're going to see a workout. You're going to see a Shakeology. You're going to see all this stuff, because I'm letting everybody know that the winter is I'm not giving up on everything that I worked for all summer, and so many people I think that way. And so I think that's so important to be that person. Even if they don't find you inspiring enough to commit during the winter, they will come January. And that's the thing, So be that annoying person.
I'm kind of the same way. Yesterday, I think I posted 3 times about challenge groups or the business. And I was like, oh, geez, this is quite a bit. But, send. Right? Who cares? Because that's how I feel right now. I'm seriously so excited. This is not a bummer time for me. I'm not distracted by shiny things. I'm not distracted by the holidays. I'm actually super pumped and excited. This is a time for us to set the bar high and crush the goals. That's truly what I believe. Because come January, there are going to be some people oh, geez, here I go. I'm restarting. That's not going to be us. We are not restarting. We are actually revved up and ready to roll into that season of the new year and, helping people achieve those resolutions. So I totally agree. So I'm kind of probably that annoying coach too right now.
No, Amber, I'm right there with you though, because last year I wasn't that annoying person, and it definitely did not help my business come January. So I think it definitely is
I'm putting more on my plate than ever. I've decided I've recommitted to this yoga journey, which does not have anything to do with Beachbody, but has to do with doing something out of my comfort zone and learning something new and getting in better shape and in a different way of doing things. Because I don't always have to push Beachbody. I just want to push whatever I can help you with to get you healthy. I want to be that person. And so I'm kind of okay, well, let's add this and let's add that and let's post more than ever.
And I think, and I think also, just showing people, like you said, you mix up your posts a lot, which is really good. And I always weave in Beachbody. I got that from a top coach too, is it's the 80-20 rule, but always be weaving Beachbody into what you're posting about. And I know, Amber, you do a good job of that already, but for, anyone else looking for posting ideas, it doesn't have to be oh, this is a Beachbody post and then this is a post about my life. Weave that stuff all together. It should be, part of your life is Beachbody. And that brings, I've had people come to me because they literally just say, you're just so positive, and I want to work with you because of your energy, and not necessarily because of a workout video that I posted.
Stephanie Davies, who's a really top coach, she's really awesome, and she's pregnant right now. She did a call. She posts about coaching every single day. Every day. And it's not join my team. It's look at how awesome this is. Look at my life. I'm proof that this is amazing. And if you look at her stuff, she does every single day. There's a soft invite to coaching every day. And I want to do that too. I want people on my team, so don't be afraid. Get what you ask for, they say.
Amen. So totally true. Get what you post for, get what you talk about, get what you ask for. So if you're not asking, you're not